So this brother, mashallah, who had just partnered up with us in our Majan development, invested 1.3 million USD in the project, texts me and says, Sam, we need to meet up and talk. I was like, for sure, brother, when do you want to meet up? He said, let's meet up one of the days after Maghrib and take a walk until Isha. I want to discuss something with you. So for me, it was very interesting because I love these meetings where we're walking and talking, blood is flowing, energy, ideas are popping up. I was like, for sure, brother, let's do it. So I set it up in our JLT Masjid, Jumeirah Lake Towers, where my office is. Masjid is right next door. So the plan is we're going to pray Maghrib, we're going to take a walk around the lake and come back for Isha. So after Maghrib, we get out, we meet, we shake hands, and straight up he says, Sam, look, I trust you, brother, and I have a portfolio of 50 million USD that I'm about to liquidate, and I want to find out from you, where should I allocate these investments, these assets when I liquidate? Now, this video is not about wealth allocation strategy. This is about the lessons I derived from this gentleman, because this was one of the most inspiring, where actually I learned more from him instead of me being able to share my knowledge with him. I got more from his wisdom on how to allocate wealth. What's the bigger purpose of the wealth? So I want to share just 3 lessons with you guys today that I took from him in that very deep, meaningful conversation. So we walked around the lake until Isha, and this brother shares some gems that I'll never forget, okay? So lesson number 1, and let me give you guys the context. So basically, he has few businesses in Netherlands and Morocco. These are active businesses producing, mashallah, a lot of profit. But he could have scaled these businesses and brands even more to generate more cash for him. But for the last few years, what he has been instead doing is taking the surplus cash out of the business. And even though it's so tempting to reinvest back into the business, buy more ads, buy more marketing campaigns, do this, do that, run these extraordinary sponsorships, affiliate links, marketing, instead of doing any of that, what he started doing, okay, let's maintain the business, but I'll put this surplus cash into investments. So I asked him, it's very tempting to actually keep reinvesting in your business, even for me. So what made you not want to reinvest in your business and actually put these into investments that grew to right now $50 million plus investment that he wants to liquidate and do something with it? So what was the motivation? And this is the lesson number 1. He said, look, Sam, I had memorized the full Quran and I forgot 1/3 of the Quran. This wealth made me forget it. Since then, I have been putting money into vehicles where I can generate passive cash flow. So one day I can go back to actually memorizing the Quran, and even more so this time with insights and knowledge and tafsir, so I actually do not forget it. This is so profound because if you are a business owner and if you're making 7 figures plus, 8 figure, 9 figures, you understand how tempting it is. And we keep pushing things back. Like one day when I hit this number, one day, and I'm talking to myself first, one day when I hit this payout, I'm going to focus X number of hours to the Quran, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But that number never comes. Or when that number comes, we reinvest more because we want to scale more. It's so much more tempting. But this brother actually, when he made that decision, he completely stopped and started investing. And for me, this was so touching, so deep, because the business he's in is very lucrative and he could have easily continued scaling. But mashallah, he took a step back few years ago, and now he's seeing the results because he put those money in the investments. Now, we take these lofty aspirations from today's business leaders. For example, Bezos wants to colonize the Mars, Elon Musk with his SpaceX, Tesla, and all the new things he's coming up with, and all these other AI stuff that's going on. It's good. There's nothing bad in taking aspirations from these, great business leaders who are coming up with transformational products and services. But where is our lofty aspiration for the akhirah? Again, brothers, I'm talking to myself first. Where's the lofty aspiration that I want to memorize the Quran in 6 months? You know how we put deadlines that, hey, this fund, this project, this construction needs to finish in 18 months. Then you reverse engineer and you put everything like these are the milestones I have to reach. Where are all those planning and strategy when it comes to memorizing Quran, memorizing some hadith, and then putting them into practice? So this man, mashallah, and there are role models like this in our community. We either don't know them, and if we know them, we're not pushing them forward. And that's why I wanted to share this brother's story so that we all get inspired, inshallah. So that was lesson number 1. His biggest why is he forgot 1/3 of the Quran. Now he wants to rememorize, and this time not forgetting it and implementing it even better. Lesson number 2 that I got from this brother, and there are many lessons, I wanted to summarize into 3 lessons, is that his second priority, second biggest why, is his kids. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, Allahumma barik. He has 6 kids, and now he wants to spend time in being an active father. Not just a father, an active father. So already he's spending 3+ hours daily on these 6 kids, homeschooling them, teaching them Quran, teaching them manners. And the only reason he's able to do that because of the massive cash flow income he has from his $50 million plus portfolio. And now he wants to generate even more cash flow passively so he can focus even more on the passive side, less on his active business, and he can spend more and more time with his kids. We all know so many examples of so many even current leaders of the world where just 3 generations ago, they came from a Muslim family, but within 3 generations, they lost not only the Islamic identity, they lost the faith, they lost the Shahada. And this is the true legacy, our lineage. We're always thinking about what platform I can create, what product I can create, what business I can create, so my name is etched on the wall, what development I can create, so my last name is on the building. We're always chasing those things, but the true legacy is in our lineage. Will my daughters, will our kids be even Muslim by the time we pass away, right? Or will they keep the faith and continue the faith and do something bigger and better for the faith once we have passed away? So that is the true legacy. And as Prophet ﷺ said, I'm going to paraphrase the hadith about continuous charity, one of those 3 actions being leaving righteous children who are going to make dua for us. So are we truly making active effort in leaving righteous children? Or are we just chasing the next bigger brand, bigger deals, bigger affiliation, bigger marketing, just making our businesses bigger? For what? We got into this business so we could be, remember guys, so that we could be free. Now this business has become the biggest reason why we're in a trap. We're enslaved to our own business. So this is a huge reminder for myself, and I wanted to share this immediately with you guys. We have to get out of this enslavement, the very enslavement we were running away from. And lesson number 3 is his philanthropy. Allahumma barik. We all have plans with charity, but your mindset, the paradigm shifts when you think of it as philanthropy, as project, as mission, right? Because when you think of charity, you're thinking about today and tomorrow, maybe a year. We're not thinking in decades, let alone thinking in centuries. So this man, Allahumma barik, is thinking in decades and centuries with his philanthropic projects. I cannot, of course, disclose what are his projects, but it has to do with institutionalizing endowments, his own endowment, his own waqf. And in many other podcasts on other channels, I have spoken about waqf and endowments. There are many institutions still, Islamic institutions, that are surviving and thriving from past waqf. But we need to make active effort in supporting organization that dismantles any doubts about Islam, or even supports masajid in Western countries where it's Muslim minorities. Anything that you relate to that has helped you in your life, bringing you back to Islam. Now it's our time to give back to those projects and to those causes, right? And the smart way of giving back is creating endowments so these projects are self-sufficient. One endowment supports the project, then you set up another endowment and keeps doing it so you can have many projects instead of putting charity money into the same project year over year and there is no measurable progress. So this was a very meaningful conversation. We're walking by the lake, breeze, and one of the things is not really a lesson. What surprised me, that the responsibility is heavy on our shoulders, right? Because he's coming to me and he's asking me, and he literally word for word, he says, Sam, I really trust you, brother. Once I liquidate, what should I do with this money? And he knows I have a project and we'll have many other projects, inshallah. And he has already invested 1.3 million plus USD in that project. So what gave him this trust and comfort that if I ask this man will give, inshallah, an honest answer and not be biased and try to take more money from me into the project? So once he asked that, this was a heavy responsibility for me, and may Allah keep us, always I make dua that Allah keep us steadfast and sincere, and Allah is the changer of the heart, and may Allah keep our hearts united and steadfast on the truth. So these type of reminders reminded me, I hope, it also benefited you brothers, that, as we keep building businesses, we cannot forget the first why, because the whys keep evolving. But the first why was we don't want to be enslaved to the system, so we could spend more time with our parents, with our kids, with our family. We could do this, we could do that. Let's not forget that. And let's, before jumping on another project and before scaling our businesses and making them even fatter, even bigger, let's ask, how does it serve my original why? So I'm going to leave you guys with that. And if you want to hear more of these stories, because I'm always meeting very interesting, Allah has blessed me to be in a field where actually I learn more from my investors than I can actually share with them. Allahumma barik. So if you want more of these type of stories, comment below and we're going to share, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.